Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. How great it is for us to be together. Let us sing those words, Hine Matov, with a little help from Rick Recht.
Hine Matov u'manayim sheberachim gam yachad. 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 Sheberachim gam yachad.
How great it is for us to be together. You might be feeling the same way that I am right now, and I really need Shabbat. Really need to find a sense of shalom, of peace, and of things bringing me and hopefully all of us joy. So to help us with that, like we do many weeks, is anybody celebrating anything or joyful about anything this evening that we can share?
So last week I didn't come to services, and I was thinking about how you always start the services, and it brings me joy to realize how many people take something that's ordinary and say how special it is on Shabbat. It makes us realize how lucky all of us are.
Thank you. Other things we're thinking about that bring us joy?
My high school in Shreveport celebrated 100 years of its existence, Byrd High School. And there were lots of my class that were, it's been 65 years. But I walked in one room where we were all meeting, and the guy says, "Hey, Joel!" I had no idea who he was. But it was a wonderful experience.
Mackenzie, did you go to the same high school?
I almost did. They were my rivals.
Rivals. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, we played them in soccer. We were top two. I went to Cato Magnet.
Oh, man. All the Shreveport connections. I think I've been to Shreveport once. Maybe once. Shreve? Wow. More slang I'm learning. Louisiana slang here. Joel, were they rivals when you were there as well?
Did they have football?
Oh, the other one didn't exist yet. The other one didn't exist yet. Wonderful. Well, you can be rivals now. I give you permission. Wonderful. Other things bringing us joy on this Shabbat? Other things bringing us joy? Yeah.
The weatherman said that it was supposed to be raining now. I'm happy it's sunshine.
It rained enough this morning, right, for the whole day. But yes, I did the same thing when I looked out my window. The sun is shining. Something to bring us joy, definitely. I don't know if anybody has been following along the giant tiger that's been driving from Baton Rouge to Omaha. Anybody following the Mike the Tiger going to Omaha? So I'm originally from the Midwest, as many of you know, and so I know people who are like in Missouri, and they're like, the tiger drove by. So as the tiger is making its way to Omaha, which I think, what a fun thing, right, to follow for the team. Other things bringing us joy on this Shabbat? Wonderful. Let us hopefully bottle up all that joy that we are sharing and community as we come together so we can allow ourselves to enter Shabbat and maybe put away the news for a little bit and put away our worries for all of our friends and family in Israel and all over the world and just enter these moments in peace. Everybody in the room tonight knows this, but I will remind you that everything you need tonight will be on the screens. But if you'd like to follow along in a prayer book, you can grab a prayer book from the shelf right underneath the seat in which you are sitting. We're going to open those prayer books to our candle lighting, pages 120 and 121. Tonight, as I light these Shabbat candles, I can't help but think about those who unfortunately had to celebrate their Shabbat prayers in a bomb shelter, and those who are unable for whatever reason to celebrate. Source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Let us light our Shabbat candles tonight, not just for us, but for everyone who was not able to light candles this Shabbat. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Let us join together, page 124. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Let us welcome the presence of Shabbat with the words of Lecha Dodi, page 138 and 139. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibor echad hishmianu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad l'shamol tiferet velitila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat
Lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habracha. Merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'maksheva techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech kumi uri, 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 shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. I invite you to rise and to face the door so we can metaphorically greet Shabbat. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvesohola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. We have just greeted Shabbat, so let us take a moment to greet one another. Wish someone to your right, to your left, in front of you, behind you, a Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Damien. Thank you. Once you wish a few people Shabbat Shalom, I invite you to make your way back to your seats. Let us continue this theme of welcoming as we welcome the ministering angels of Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem, page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedkem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch page 144. Yitkadal v'kadash shemei rabba ve'alma divrachir tevyam lich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dekol beit Yisrael bagala bagala uvizman karib ve'imeru Yahei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Olam Me'omaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitroman V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitale V'yitalal Shemei Dekudesha Barichu Le'elam Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma ve'imeru. As we turn the page and we find the words of our call to worship, I invite you to please rise. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai la lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai la lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai, Hamevorach, You may be seated. Page 149, we read together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. We continue together, page 150. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. As we turn the page and find the words of Shema declaring God one, I invite you to rise if you wish. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. We continue chanting together, page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, Adonai Elohechem emet. Our liturgy up until this point has been set to 3 distinct themes: that of creation, revelation, and leading us into redemption. The prayer that we said, thanking God for creating the stars and bringing on evening, reminds us as God the Creator. The prayer that we said right before Shema, talking about our loving covenant between us and God, is reminding us of the relationship we have with God. It is said in our prophets that our relationship with God is compared to that of a wedding, which is why we call Shabbat a bride and why sometimes people choose to wear white on Shabbat. The words we just chanted together come from Torah. How many of you chanted them out loud? None of you are raising your hands, but I heard you all do it. So you all should be raising your hands, which means you too can chant Torah. Talk to me later if you'd like to do it out of the scroll, if you've never had an opportunity to do that. Remind us about how important it is to pass this loving relationship and this idea of God down from generation to generation. And in a moment, we will make ourselves to that sea. That moment where our ancestors stood, and I bet they had some fear in their hearts. Maybe similar to the fear many of us currently have in our hearts. But they didn't stop. They figured out how to cross what was their obstacle, the Red Sea. And on the other side, they sang and they danced and they continued to be a community. And I am kind of feeling tonight like we are on the side of the sea before it splits. And we are feeling fear in our hearts and are hopeful for peace to come in the future. So let us think about our creation, our covenantal relationship with God, and hopeful once again for that day of redemption as we read responsively, Making Our Way to the Sea on page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. We sing together page 158. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot. O sefele. O sefele. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. We read together page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 162, we sing the words that remind us how important it is to keep Shabbat. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Page 164 and following, we enter our central prayers of our evening service, our Amidah, words passed down from generation to generation which remind us of our ancestors from the past. Allow us to think about the Gevurah, the strength that God has, and gives us a moment to think about what it means to be kadosh, holy, in the world we are living in. Page 164, I invite you to please rise. Adonai sifatai titzach ufiya techilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo v'ahava. Melech gozer Moshiach u'mayin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye ha'ko atavra v'hoshia, morid hatal. Mechakel chayim b'chesed, Mechaye ha'ko beracham. Umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al geburot, umido melech menit, umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emanata lechayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, v'kadoshim b'chol yom halelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. I invite you to continue with your own prayers now, either using the words of the prayer book pages until page 180, or the prayers you have in your own hearts this evening, and you may be seated whenever you wish. Oh, say shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Because of the escalation happening right now with Israel and Iran, I wanted to share a poem with you written by my friend Alden Solovey. If you enjoy this poem or many of the others that I have shared of his, you can go to what you see on the screen, to bendlight.com, where you can find more of his poetry. But he wrote this poem a few years ago and shared it again today on his Facebook page, specifically because he is the person that rabbis reach out to in moments like this, asking if he has any poems for us to use in our prayers. And this one spoke to me this afternoon. Israel, you are my people. You are my heart and you are my hope. We waited together at the mountain when God revealed the holy word. We wandered together through the desert on the path to sacred soil. We watched the sea part. We heard the heavens roar. We stood at the doorway to freedom, at the border of a promised land. Israel, you are my destiny. You are my joy and you are my truth. We were victorious at Jericho, unyielding at Masada. We defied empires for Torah. We defied kings for justice and freedom. We've traveled the earth, wandered the millennia, refugees of the ages, homeless and hopeful, waiting to return to native ground. Israel, you are my brother in history, my sister in fortune, the mother of my courage, the father of my heart, the child of my longing, and the light of generations. To you I pledge my right arm and my voice in song. To you I pledge my soul. To you I pledge my spirit. Israel, you are my nation. You are my inheritance. You are my home. As we think about those in need of healing in Israel and all over the world, let us also think of our friends, our family, loved ones of our community members in need of healing. The names you see on the screen are names of people in our community in need of healing. If you'd like to say one of those names aloud or another of whom you are thinking, I invite you to do so. For the names we read on the screen, the names we heard aloud, and those whom we hold in our hearts, let us offer this Mishaberach prayer of healing, page 371. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Washington, D.C., Boulder, Los Angeles, Israel, everywhere. We need healing, individual healing, communal healing, world healing. Each week as we come together on this sacred day of rest, we bring with us not only prayers and gratitude, but also the unspoken burdens of our hearts: illness, pain, uncertainty, fear, anger, loss. These emotions don't pause for Shabbat. But neither does our tradition's deep and enduring belief in healing. Our Amidah on Shabbat is different than during the week because we do not ask God of things on Shabbat, except for two things: healing and peace. Judaism has always held a profound understanding of healing, not just of the body, but of the soul, the heart, the community, and even the world. The Hebrew phrase which we just sung, refuah shlema, doesn't simply mean get well soon. It means complete healing, a restoration of wholeness in every dimension of life. We learn a bit more about healing in this week's Torah portion. Near the end of the portion, we witness a moment of raw vulnerability, one that invites us to reflect deeply on the nature of healing, what it means to ask for it, to offer it, and to receive it. In a brief but deeply emotional scene, Miriam, Moses' sister, the one who once sang triumphantly at the splitting and crossing of the sea, speaks ill of her brother Moses and is struck with tzara'at, a biblical skin disease. Aaron, seeing her affliction, turns to Moses in desperation. And Moses, without hesitation, cries out to God with the simplest, shortest prayer in the Torah. 5 very short words that actually only have 11 Hebrew letters. El na refa na la. Please, God, heal her now. Moses, who just a moment before had been the target of criticism by Miriam, does not react with defensiveness, blame, or distance. He responds to his sister with compassion. He sees his sister is in pain, and without demanding justice or apology, he pleads for her healing. I'm not so sure I would be that quick to ask for healing of a person who had just wronged me. But how different would our world be if we were able every day to do what Moses did? If we were able to say El na refana la for everyone, no matter their identity or choices. But if another human being was in need, we had the ability to pray for their healing. Healing begins not with who is right, but with who is hurting. In our families, our communities, and our polarized society, how often do we respond to hurt with pride instead of empathy? Moses models a different path, a sacred vulnerability where healing overpowers personal ego. Interestingly, Miriam's healing is not immediate. God responds, but she is quarantined outside the camp for 7 days. Yet during that time, the Israelites do not move on. The entire camp waits for Miriam's healing. This seems profoundly countercultural to me. In a world that often races ahead, caring more about our next steps than living in the moment, the Torah teaches us to pause for anyone who is hurting. Healing is not just between the sick and God, it's the responsibility of the whole community. We are all Miriam. We are all Moses. And we are all the community in today's world. There are moments when we are the one in need of healing, moments when we must pray for others, and moments when we are called to stand still and make space for healing to occur. On this Shabbat, let us explore what it means to seek healing, not only in times of crisis, but as a normal way of life. Let us ask, how do we find comfort and strength when healing seems slow or incomplete? And let us also ask, what can our tradition teach us about hope, resilience, and compassion, no matter what is going on around us? As we welcome the peace of Shabbat, may we also open ourselves to the possibility of inner peace, the kind of healing that restores our connection to each other, to ourselves, and maybe even to God. El na refa na lanu. Please, God, heal us all. Shabbat shalom. We return now to our prayer books and open them up to our concluding prayers. Words of Aleinu can be found on page 586. Noah Bowman, would you like to help me? Do you want to pick one other person in the room to help come up with you? Just pick them. You think you can do it yourself? He's ready to go. Mr. President. He has his name tag on. Mr. President. We're on page 500. Oh, wait for me. 586. He is ready to go, so let's rise. Nice job, Mr. Bowman. You don't need any help. You open that arc like a pro. Let us join together. Do you want to look at this? Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latekedu laliotzer breishi shelo asanu kigoye haratzot velo samanu pamishpachot adama shelo samchalkenu kahem v'goralenu kechol hamonam va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim veyoser aretz umoshev yekaro b'shamayim mima'al ushkinatu zo begov hey meromim hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efesulato kakatuv betorato veyadata hayom vehashavota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim Bashamayim mima'al ve'al ha'aretz mitachat ein od. We read together page 591. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihya Adonai echad u'shemo echad. You may be seated. As our prayers draw to a close, we turn our thoughts to our loved ones who are no more. On this Shabbat, we think of two taken from us recently, William Schwartz and Steve Ginsburg. We also think of all of those who passed away during the past year, Mordechai Rosenstein, Terry Stern, Jack Kahn, Leslie Marcus, Nancy Moore, George Walker, Mark Cohen, Carol Levy, Joel Safer, Patricia Pizer, Benjamin Aronson, John Dupaquier, Harvey Schwartzberg, Sandy Bertman, Joel Schechter, Millie Fine, Howard Rady, Arthur Wang, Judy Roheim, and Zahava Gage. To their names, we add the names of those who died at this season in years past and whose family members are observing Yortzeit, anniversary of death, on this Shabbat. Betty Berg, Joseph Bergeron, Charles Bombette, Jerry Harl Chenevert, Mark Cohn, Arnold Dunham, Augusta Gus Lampold Durning, Etta Kaplan Epstein, Max Herzog, Jacob Hirschman, Fred Jellin, Betty Waldman Kaufman, Louis Kober, Ronald Cronick, Morris Myers, Caroli Roheim, Ruth Roth, Ann Rubin, Charles Norman Rubin, Jonathan Shapiro, Lorraine Beverly Sclaver, Leo Sternberg, Gus Weil, and Eliahu Weinstein. If there are others you are remembering, if you'd like to share their names aloud, I invite you to do so. For those names we heard aloud and those whom we hold in our hearts, we turn together to the words of Mourner's Kaddish, page 598, and I invite you to rise if it is your custom. Yit gadol v'yit kadash shemei rabba, be'alma divrach hirote v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach leolam olamei almaya, yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu, le'ela minko birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May all their memories be for a blessing, as together we say, Amen. You may be seated as I invite up James Bowman, representing our board, to share some announcements. Thank you.
Shabbat shalom, y'all. How are you? All right. Tomorrow morning, there will be services. Torah study, 9:30. Minyan at 10, and then services at 10:30. Tomorrow night, there will be a $50 service hosted on Zoom by the Saxe family at 6 p.m. Sunday, we have the Great Ben Sheber, 2 p.m., right here at the synagogue, writings of Josephus. Going to be fantastic. Then, of course, you can stick around. Joel Goldman, 3 o'clock, learn some Hebrew. Fantastic. Monday mornings, 10 to 2, every time. Bring your shekels, play some mahjong, have a great time. Wednesday, 1 p.m., in the gathering hall, we'll have some Scrabble going on. That's kind of newish. Some more games to be played around here. Thursday, join Elise Cohen for the next High Mitzvah class at 6 p.m. Lots more details. Everything's on our website. Everything's in your email box. There'll be carrier pigeons and something else if you don't get those. So Shabbat Shalom. Love seeing you.
Harry Potter owls?
Harry Potter owls. I guess.
I don't know.
Talk to the board about that.
Thank you very much. Many of us probably have our brothers and sisters in Israel on our minds this Shabbat, as we have throughout our prayers. So I thought we would close this evening with singing the Israeli national anthem, Hatikva. So I'm going to invite you to please rise where you are as we join together in the words of Israel's national anthem. friends and family in Israel continue to be safe during everything that is going on in these moments. And may we all feel that Shabbat Shalom, that Shabbat of peace, not just on Shabbat, but for all the days to come. Let us sanctify this moment with Kiddush and Motzi as one strong community. I'm going to invite everyone who is comfortable doing so to come together to the front of the room.